Divine Nine, aka Indigo. Some of you may know me as Darika if you know me personally, but if you know me in the spirit world, my name is Indigo. So I'm here to do a just a quick collective message and reading for whoever needs it. I woke up this morning with my subscribers on my heart. There's someone special in my collective that I need to speak to, and it is 12. So somebody just ended a huge karmic cycle. Now, I don't know why it is when I see 12, I think of Saturn for some reason. Now, I know both of those numbers add up to 33, but when I see 12, I think of something karmic. And I think of something ending, okay? I also think of someone doing the hard work. I think of someone doing something very hard to get something done. Also, this is like the energy before the play comes in, if that makes sense. Let's continue. But I named it, Who Are You? Who are you? It's time to embrace the new you. Please, 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 please embrace the new you. Anyway, if you're here and it's been a minute and 35 seconds, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to your girl, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to your girl. I look forward to engaging with my subscribers a little more on here. But I do see a message for somebody. I feel like I'm talking to a Sagittarius. I just saw the Arrow Master, where you can have Sagittarius in your top 3. I also see the Ice Queen. So I could be also dealing or talking to an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Or that could just be in your top 3. Top three. Holy Spirit, what is the message you would like for me to convey to my very special subscribers? What is the message for February 26th, 2024? Now, of course, you guys know how tarot works. If you're familiar with the tarot community, energy is fluid. And whenever you run into a reading and like the video just calls you, at that moment, the video is for you. That doesn't just apply to reading. That applies with anything that you watch, really. But readings more so, a little more serious. Okay, what we got? I got the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Never seen that card before. But I'm talking to the Shadow Queen. Now, what I get with that Shadow Queen is someone who's been in hermit mode. Someone who's been kind of like to themselves. Like you've been denying going out with friends. You've been turning down invitations. You've not been logging in. You haven't been uploading photos the way that you used to. There must be a lot of self-reflection that's taking time, or I said that's taking time. So for some of you, you guys could have been in this this hermit mode for a while now. You know, I love that you've been in this energy for a while because it's like you're now able to see your light. Some of you guys are able to appreciate your light a bit more because you've been to yourself, because you've been so reserved, because you've been, I'm not going to say you've been hiding yourself. I'm just going to say you've been preserving yourself. That's what I'm going to call it, because it's important to take out time to just for yourself. Like, even if you have children, whether you have children or not, you need to take a break from the world. You need to isolate yourself from people. You need to, be in your own energy, because we're changing and we're growing so much that sometimes when you're around people and you're just getting into the hustle and bustle of every day, things are going to be thrown at you. And it's really important for you to be centered in who you are as a being. And if you're constantly growing, changing, and evolving, you're not going to be able to tell sometimes where, what energy, what emotion, what, and who, it could be coming from anyone. So it's really good to take that time out to yourself and to self regulate and check on yourself. Ask yourself questions. Really get to know who you are. So when you do get caught up in this matrix and when you are in this world, you know who you are. It is very important. It's one thing to just know who you are physically, who you are mentally, but you really need to get in tune with who you are energetically. This is a spiritual war that we're in. I'm going to reiterate that every time I get on YouTube. Or every time I even get a chance to speak to somebody about this, that we are in a frequency fight. We are in spiritual warfare. The war is not physical, it is spiritual, and it is about your energy. Okay? If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what to do with your energy, if you don't properly put your energy in the right places, your energy cannot work for you. Okay? Your money kind of works the same way. You have to invest your energy, your time, and your money very wisely. And with the Shadow Queen, I'm getting somebody who's done that. If you haven't done that, it's about time for you to do that. There's a newness coming to the planet. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's recently been in a serious meditative space. And you're receiving some type of enlightenment, some type of light codes. Like, yeah, the Shadow Queen is here, but it's here for good reason. For some of you, especially for my empaths, I encourage you to wear black, especially if you're new on this journey and you're not quite grounded in who you are yet. And even if you are grounded in who you are, sometimes it's just good to wear black when you're out and about and when you're around energies that you're unfamiliar with. Black kind of banishes the negative energy. It absorbs it, but it doesn't attack you. It kind of protects you in a way. Especially if you're somebody who's not into the crystals, if you're not into, other forms of divination to protect yourself, start with colors. Colors can really do a lot for you at this time. But for those of you who've been in this energy of acquiring knowledge, and it's not just acquiring knowledge about yourself. I'm also talking to somebody who probably is going back to school right now or brushing up on some old things, reading a book perhaps. It's a really good time for that. Any type of self-help book, self-development book is really good at this time. Let's see what else is going on. I'm seeing the Ice Queen again, and there's an owl. Ideas preserve, non-action, and entitlement. So for some of you, I feel like you got to get out of your own way. Some of you are just in your own way. It's not the devil. It's not the enemy. It's you. I see the arrow master again. And so I'm talking to somebody who is getting out of that victim mentality. Someone who is getting out of this happened to me. And you're kind of getting in the space of, okay, so what could I do about what happened to me? What role could I have played in that? Like, it's like someone's taking accountability. Someone is doing some deep reflecting. And as a result, they're going to hit their mark. You're going to hit your mark. Some of you guys are in the process of learning the art of detachment. And that is really good for you at this time because, I really see this time as the new year, like seriously. And when it's time to get back out there, you're going to go back out there almost like a new person, I see a clean slate for somebody. Yeah, I got Sisters of the Season. So that Sisters of the Season card usually talks about being careful that you you appreciate the natural rhythm. I just saw 10:10 on the clock. Make sure that you appreciate your life's cycles. Don't try to speed things up and rush things out of its season. I mean, go through this season present. Usually, the cycle of sisters talks about somebody who's in one part. It's almost like opening up another door before you close another one. So, this is for people who are closing out cycles, and you may be forgetting to appreciate the cycle you was just currently in, or to fully and truly learn the lesson of the cycle you just got out of. Whatever cycle you just got out of, um, it's like you didn't really take the time to heal properly. You need to like before you decide to date another person, like take the time out to really check with yourself to make sure you're prepared to let someone new in. You don't want to just um, start a new project and not finish your old one. So, with this Sisters of the Season, I'm getting it's time to tie up loose ends, okay? And that's really what the shadow work is about. It's really about tying up loose ends in your life. It's about cutting off those dead ends. It's about not cutting corners. Like, it's really about you doing the inner work. And I know we hear this a lot, but the inner work is never done. It's never really done. But there's some work that needs to be wrapped up in this season before you can go into your new one. And that's what the Sisters of the Seasons are talking about. It's also talking about following divine law and divine order. Okay? So, usually when I see this, my advice for you is to wrap up and tie up your loose ends. And while you're waiting for God to open up another door, you should be praising Him in the hallway. Okay? So continue to do your inner work, continue to do your shadow work. But in the meantime, thank God for what it is that you have. Thank God for the new day that you're in. Thank God for this new season that you made it to. Thank you, God, for waking up and having the ability to breathe the next breath, And I see wisdom. I'm feeling a real wise energy coming off of somebody. Somebody really wise I'm talking to. There's something good happening for you. Let's see what it is. Oh my God, I got the sacred union. Okay, so I'm talking to a collective. You have to do some shadow work. Somebody gotta release the old because the new is trying to come in, baby. After you go through this season, someone has love coming in, and I got the sacred union. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills on my left hand side, too. So it must be a masculine. It's funny, I see a masculine man on the roof with an orange shirt and long locks. That's really interesting. Just to see somebody walking on top of a roof, a masculine. So you got a I must be talking to a feminine. You have a masculine coming in your life, a new one, partnership, romance. Number 27 could be significant. The number 25 or 24 could actually be significant. Wow, what's coming in? This partnership. Wow, someone can look forward to a new union. The web weaver, I got divine intelligence, cause and effect. So, for those of you who are waiting on new love, for those of you who desire a new love is in the abyss. It's just that you need to tie up what you need to tie up. There's some things that you need to work on. But whoever I'm talking to, you know what it is. You received the light. You got the light. You now know that you are the light and that you're worthy of all things that you desire. And as a result of that, I see you wrapping up this season gracefully, my love. Your ancestors are working with you. Some of you guys pray a lot. I'm really drawn to this woman with the prayer hands. So I feel like I'm talking to a praying woman. If you're not, this is who God is turning you into. Believe it or not, because there's some qualities that we need to work on as individuals before God can bring in the sacred union. Okay. I also got the web weaver. So right now, you are in the ebb and flow of your divine creation. This is a very important part in your life. I could be talking to someone who's 30, 31, 40, 41, someone who is close to their Saturn return, or someone who's currently getting out of their Saturn return. That's who I'm talking to. The numbers 16, 17, and 4 could be really significant to who I'm talking to as well. Yeah, I saw this. This came out too. The Wise Woman of Wonderland. Be prepared to go on a trip of your life. I'm not talking just a physical trip. I'm talking about a real spiritual trip. I'm talking to someone who you ain't just get on this journey. There's some of you who've been on this journey, and there's some of you who just got on this journey. Either way, I'm talking to a wise woman. I'm talking to someone who's very magical. Someone can do magic. The Rainbow Prince, compensation and perseverance. Some of you may have a gift, a real spiritual gift that you need to explore. It could have came from your paternal lineage. It's very beautiful. Then I got the Lady of Lightning. So it's funny. I've been seeing 555 all day yesterday. And the Lady of Lightning reminds me of Oya. You know, Oya is the deity of the winds. She's the deity of change. And that's what 555 symbolizes. It symbolizes changes, surprises, tower moments, upheavals. And, you know, yes, lightning is shocking. Yes, lightning is dangerous. Yes, storms and tornadoes and tower moments are threatening, but it's usually the tower moment that ushers in the new beginnings that we're trying to come into or looking forward to coming into. You know? So this says surprises, it says shock, and it says total paradigm shift. That's what this work is about. It's about going through who you are just so you can reach another level. You know, it's really about us dying to ourselves so we can become someone new. And that's all that God wants for us, is for us to become a new creature. You know, and in order for us to do that, we have to let go of the old. And sometimes the old, you know, you're not gonna do it yourself. So God creates these moments to bring revelation to you, to bring shock, to bring surprises, because you would have just kept dragging your feet. I would have just kept dragging my feet. So sometimes we need a storm to come in and uproot us from where we were so we can make space for something new. And I just see God doing that for somebody. So I love this for my collective. But the question is, who are you? What are you good at? Some of you guys really need to sit down and make a list of what you're good at. Like, instead of complaining and feeling bad about what it is that you're not good at. And when you start to realize what it is that you're good at and acknowledge that's who you are and that's what you can do, the things that you're not so good at, God will send people in your life. God will send opportunities in your life, sacred unions and partnerships to counteract your deficiency, because that's who you are for them. You don't want someone who is like you. You don't, in a job setting, you don't want someone who has the same strengths as you. In that way, because you guys won't be able to work as a team, you know? So I I see somebody just, I see somebody crying, crying. I see tears. These are not tears of sadness. These are tears of joy because it's been a long time coming for somebody. You know, somebody is finally realizing who they are when they step into the room. Someone is finally realizing who they are when they speak. You know, there's such power for who it is that I'm speaking to. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. But please be prepared for a shocking event. I saw 555 3 times last night. So just be prepared, you know. Be prepared. Be prepared. Ooh, that slipped right out. The Swan Queen. Transformation, intuition, and patience. Number 13. This is a very divine number. And yes, this is what the Lady of Lightning is about. This is what 555 is about. This is about transforming. This is about a total paradigm shift. I love how the next card comes out. Transformation. Transformation. That number 13 is very powerful. When you mess with that number 13, baby, you have officially left the matrix and you are now in the world of the supernatural when you're under the number of 13. So I see a order. You know, God has given you an order. I wish I can show you guys the cards. But there's a divine order going on here that you know, whoever is watching this reading right now, I encourage you to book a personal reading with me. All my information is in the description box down below if you would like to contact me. But I see such a grace coming to you after this tower because I got the Swan Queen, and swans are very graceful. 1, 2, 3 on 1, 2, 3, 4 is on the clock as I'm speaking. So I see this flow. I feel someone who's just going to be at supreme peace when all of this is said and done. You got something going on. This number 13, I don't know why I'm getting 13 weeks, 13 days, something very significant about a transformation and your intuition. Pay attention to what happens to you over the next 13 days after you watching this reading, okay? The colors white and green could be really significant to you at this time, or for someone who is going through the transition. Wear green. I'm seeing a lot of green. It's a lot of blues in this deck. A lot of greens, a lot of blues, and a lot of purples. So, of course, we know purple rules the crown chakra. The green, it rules the heart chakra. The blues, it rules the throat chakra. So, yeah, I see those 3 chakras needing to be worked on. Those wherever you feel you need it best, I would encourage you just to start wearing those colors. Just start looking up things on chakra healing. Believe it or not, it makes a huge difference in your life. Sorry, my screen paused. Believe it or not, it's gonna make a huge difference in your life when you just start with color healing. Look that up. Look it up. It's an actual thing, okay? But yeah, this is what I have for you guys. Yeah, I just see someone transforming. For us to start with the Shadow Queen and for us to end up with the Swan Queen by the ending of this 8-card spread tells me that you are somebody who never left your divinity. You're somebody that even if you stop praying, even if you stopped going to church, even if you stop doing the things that you feel bring you closer to God, God never took off your crown. I'm talking to somebody who you even have your eyes covered. You've been going through something with your eyes closed, but your heart is open. And because of that, my goodness, you are going to be rewarded with divine transformation, divine intuition, and the patience of the Most High. When I tell you the fruits of the Spirit is a lot sweeter than anything monetary, I can speak for myself personally. When I do my work, when I do what it is that I do, I ask for the fruits of the Spirit first. I dare you, when you get home, to pray and ask God, source, whoever it is that you pray to, that they give you what it is that you can handle. Because the last thing you want to do is invoke the Spirit of God and ask God to bless you, and you not be the vessel that can handle what it is that you're asking for. Okay? So I dare somebody to really take a deep look at themselves and real and just know what it is that you can do, know what it is that you can handle. I know this is cliche, but people always say be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. But make sure that you ask God that make you the perfect vessel for the blessing. You don't want to mishandle the blessings of God. Okay? So that's been my reading. My housekeeping is here, and I love you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.